All right. What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday night. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're staying warm if you're on the East Coast, where we are freezing. So what do we got in here? Again, there's some stuff to talk about. Not a whole lot, but there's some things that we're hearing that's going on. So we'll go over that stuff. Welcome, everybody. And be sure to hit the like button if you don't mind. If you haven't done so yet, let's get them likes up. We're trying to get to 100 likes as quickly as we can. But Aiden DeVilla's in the house. Anthony Lapari's in the house. Who else we got here? And we'll go with some comments as well. All right. Brian Daly's in the house. What's up, dude? What is good? What is good? And we'll talk about some of the guys that they're looking to trade as well. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And we kind of have an idea, a good idea what they're looking to do. So it's going to be it's not over yet. There's still moves to be made this offseason. I do think they're going to make another move or two. T. Drake's in the house. And again, the moves that we've been putting forward recently are just depth piece moves. So, and sometimes the flashy moves can be impactful. You just never know. That's why I put out all the news and put out everything so that you know what's going on. So, and when it comes to the Yankees, we also got Al Morass is in the house. What's up, man? What is up, my crew? All right. All right. All right. Spring training. Spring training starts in a week. Well, pitchers and catchers start in a week, which is kind of exciting. Neil Bass is in the house. John Abreu's in the house. Robert Johnson, Anthony 527, Davey. All right. Derek is in the house. Chris Schmidt, Chris Steins. All right, man. Welcome, everybody. Michael Piccirillo. All right. Who else we got here? Max Coverage TV. Jordan's in the house. What's everybody? Oh, good. What's everybody doing? Chris Hart. Donaldson's not traded yet, but they're working hard to try to do that. And that's going to be the toughest thing for them to do this offseason, unfortunately. Mike J's in the house. Davey, Steve Levine. All right. All right. John Early's in the house. What is good, everybody? Be sure to smash the like button if you don't mind, just to get that out of the way. We try to get to 100 likes as quickly as we can. It's always helpful to the live streams when we do that. Folks, and if you haven't heard, I'm doing YouTube shorts now, just little hits. 1 minute thing. So take a look at those if you haven't seen them yet. I have 2 of them out now. So hope you enjoy them. You Elvis, what's good? What salute, man? Cheers, brother. Cheers. Sean Browning. Torres is still being shopped, yes. Quietly, but yes. Gary Davis, Terry Hayden. So I mean, the ones that are most actively being shopped, as we know, are IKF and Aaron Hicks, and more quietly, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to move Josh Donaldson, but Torres has the most trade value, but again, like I said before, and this is just my opinion, but I don't think they should move him unless they're going to get an impactful piece back in return. So that's the key. Ty Boogie's in the house. Lorenzo. All right. William Fulgham is here. What's up? Al Morass. I love it. I appreciate that, Al. Thank you, man. Yeah, trying to keep the shorts fun. I mean, we talked about my all-time Yankee team player by position for players that I've actually seen play. That was went out today. So my favorite moments for the Yankees. So I'm going to continue to do stuff like that on fun shorts. So we're going to keep them rocking and rolling. So Gary Davis, what's up? What's up? Anthony, we're doing the members live streams once a month. We're doing once a month, dude. That last week was the members. So a couple more weeks I'll have members on, Anthony. But we got to make sure your camera works too. But so that's good that you're getting it works. So I'll let you know. You'll get messages through the members only and stuff. I'm just trying to keep consistent with that. So sorry about that. T. Drake, yeah, but Pro Bowl. Yeah, Pro Bowl is just, I mean, I'm just waiting for Derek Carr to be released. It sounds like he's going to be released from the Raiders rather than traded. And my guess is the Jets will probably go hard after him or Aaron Rodgers, but they're going to have to give up a lot for Aaron Rodgers in a trade. If Derek Carr gets released, they won't have to do that. So that's what I think they're probably going to consider doing. Maybe even Jimmy Garoppolo, but probably Carr at this point would be probably the smartest move. I mean, Aaron Rodgers will be the biggest one if they do that, but we'll see what happens. Fred and Judy in the house. What is good? My pleasure. Thank you, Fred and Judy. Thank you very much. Welcome to the live stream, by the way. Chris, I think Peraza breaks camp with the team. I think Volpe is probably going to get a little bit more development in AAA because he didn't have much time at AAA last year. And then I could see him coming in May or June or something like that. But I mean, if he breaks camp with the team, then he breaks camp with the team. It'll be easier to break camp with the team if they move Gleyber Torres. So, but that's the thing. I just don't know if that's going to happen or not. I don't think any of us know right now. So, you don't think Lamar Jackson? I see that's a possibility too. But doesn't he have a couple years left? Because he's not a free agent, right? Doesn't he have an option or something, Lorenzo? If you don't think he comes back, where do you think he goes? Is my question. So the trade talks are starting to heat up again on Brian Reynolds. So because right now we're at the point where they kind of botched their first extension offer to Reynolds, right? And then talks kind of died down. But now they're a week away from spring training, so they're going to be pretty anxious to try to get as better of a prospect package as they possibly can, a prospect and player package. They're not going to get a Juan Soto package because he's not Juan Soto. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong. What's up, Dev? But he's not a Juan Soto. So they're going to have to come back to reality at some point. But they will still get a good return for Brian Reynolds, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Diehard Yankee fan, man. I love it, Gary. Love it, man. Ty Boogie, thank you, man. Appreciate that, man. It's all good. All good, dude. Ed, don't worry. I do typos all the time. So it happens, man. It happens. So, yeah, this is what I'm thinking. I think, Reynolds, I think he wants to move on. He's made that pretty clear. They disappointed him with it. I mean, the trade was, the extension offer was about half of what he asked for in a trade. I mean, for an extension. So, and I can't see them doubling it. I just can't see that happening when they're on one of the lower payroll teams. So, they're going to try and get as much as they possibly can for him and then build around O'Neal Cruz and build around Brian Hayes and some guys like that. So Sunil's in the house. What's good, buddy? And yeah, I mean, Chris is right too. And stockpiling in the minor leagues. And this is the thing. So something to keep in mind, folks. Like if a player gets bumped up from AAA to the majors, then they have to fill that spot. If somebody gets bumped up from AA to fill that AAA spot, they have to fill the AA spot. So one way or another, they have to fill the spots. And just like the major league teams, they only have a certain amount of roster spots for a certain amount of players. So sometimes they'll get it from internationally or independent league or the Atlantic League. They'll get it from everywhere. It's not just college players and stuff like that. So it could be undrafted players. So there's a lot of players that are going to keep coming through the system one way or another. And this applies to every team. It applies to every team. So, but what's the best season? So Soto stats are kind of, he's got a very, very like underrated. I'll actually do a video on it. A lot of underrated stats. His impact is felt like everywhere around the game, but he had a little bit of a slow start when he came to the Padres, but he really revved up. But I have to look at his stats, and I don't have my data on me right now to look, but I will do a video on him for you this week. So Chiefs or Eagles? I'm rooting for the Chiefs, but I think the Eagles are going to win. So, you know how it is, Eric. What's good, baby? What is good? What is good, man? Happy Saturday, man. Well, Tiny finish. I don't think so, Nick. I think he's going to get moved. I do. I think T Drake. I think they're probably going to franchise Saquon. Honestly, I think the franchise for his position is only like $10 million a year or $10 million this year. So my guess, they're probably going to franchise him unless they can come to a reasonable agreement. But we'll see. Well, that's the other thing too, Sean. Some of these pieces that are not flashy that they keep bringing in could be pitching pieces. And they brought in a lot of pitchers recently to boost a trade for somebody who was looking for pitching in return. So you never really know. So and like the tree, who thought Clay Holmes would be this good? I remember how people's hair was on fire when we traded Hoyt Park for Clay Holmes. It just happened, but he turned out to be an absolute stud. That happens a lot with Cashman. He does this a lot. I think he's better at signing free agent starters instead of trading for them. So I would be signing pitchers in free agency rather than trading for them. He's better at trading for position players. That's kind of, at least in my opinion, that's kind of obvious. So who's our closing? So Neil, they have King can close games. Tommy Kahnle, you got Johnny Loizaga, Wandy Peralta can close games, like Clay Holmes. Like they have a closer by committee crew. They have a lot of guys who has the ability to close games. And I think at some point somebody will establish himself. Probably, I'm guessing Clay Holmes. But we'll see. Do I think the groundhog got it right? I don't know. The groundhog thing, man, I have no idea what Punxsutawney fell. He's so unpredictable. I don't know. But I like the cold weather, so I'm not in a rush for the spring to get here. What's up, Ivan? Ivan Manny's in the house. What is good, everybody? Why are they being who? The Yankees had never spent this much in free agency ever. The Yankees spent more than any other time in free agency. So it's not necessarily that they're being cheap, but who's out there? And that's the other thing too. Like, who was the kid, the player that everybody's thinking of? Oh my god, it'll come to me. The outfielder. He's looking for a 1 year, $15 million deal. I don't know if that's enough, honestly. I don't know. So, Jurickson Profar, that's what I was thinking of. And so it's not necessarily that they're being cheap. I mean, who's worth giving a big contract to? I mean, now I think the best players are going to be via trade. So that's just the way I look at it. And I did a video on this yesterday about, the Yankees give up a lot of money in revenue sharing to teams that just pocket it and don't spend it to get better. So like, there's a lot of wasted money going from big market teams to small market teams, and it adds up. It adds up, and there's a lot. It's easy to think the Yankees are being cheap when, in essence, I mean, they haven't made a lot of moves, but like Judge took about almost 80% of their spending this offseason without contract. So they spent almost $600 million this offseason. So, and again, but not enough moves. They still have moves that they need to make, particularly left field. So my guess is it's going to be a trade, but I could be wrong. All right, we got a trade proposal here. Oh, can you guys see me and hear me now? Better? Better? How are we doing now? Whether it be, how's it now? Better? Does it sound better now? Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good. Okay. Um, I don't think it's over yet. Honestly, I don't think it's over. They're gonna get a left fielder one way or another. I do think that. Who, I don't know. It could be Jurickson Profile, but they're gonna have to move salary to could sign that guy because he wants upwards of $15 million. Brian Reynolds is another one, but it's gonna cost a heavy package if they get him. The trade talks are heating up again, but we just don't know all the details yet, right? We know the Rangers are in on him, and maybe the Dodgers and other teams. But the Dodgers looks like they're laying low because they're going to make a big run for Shohei Ohtani next year. They're also going to have to re-sign Julio Urias, their ace pitcher right now. So it's going to be an interesting, really, really interesting offseason and next offseason. But this offseason is not done yet. And again, keep in mind, during spring training, guys get cut. They get traded. They get claimed by other teams. So the Yankees are not done making moves. They do this every single year. So Derek Jeter, what happened? I don't know. Jeter, I have no idea. I don't know what he's going to do. Yeah, I could see Colin Rodon having close to 500 Ks. I could see that. I could definitely see that. And that would be awesome. Chicken pong, baby. All right. What's good? Cubs are a dark horse. I think the Cubs are a dark horse. And watch out for some other folks. Yeah, this has been going around for a couple weeks now that Montez might need surgery. So we'll see. If he does, he does. You know, and there's got to be some. I'm sure they're going to try Clark Schmidt to make Hermont. I would watch out for a guy named Matt Crook as well. There's some pitchers that could be step up and do something. And Matt Crook is recently thrown over 100 innings, so he's got innings built up in his arm already, which would make it easier for him, I think, to cover a 5 spot over somebody like Herman or Schmidt. That's the way I look at it. But we'll see. The Blue Jays are a dark horse too. They're always going to be a good team. So those numbers won't be so 500K. Yeah, no. That Judge and Stanton won't be striking out that much. Heck no. Heck no. It would be kind of nice if they got, 80 or 90 home runs combined. That would be kind of awesome if they did that, What's good, Tim King at Jordan's? What's good, baby? All right. Well, that's good. Yeah. Well, I focus on spring training. Yeah, I mean, I think they're not letting Severino play in the World Baseball Classic because they know he's in a walk year. They need to keep him healthy this year. And, with Montez out and missing who knows how much time, they need those guys to stay healthy. So I get it. It's a little it's a bummer, but I understand he's an injury-prone player, and he hasn't given them a full season since 2018, or close to a full season since 2018. So, Rocco's in the house. What is good, Rocco? What is it? The Blue Jays? I mean, they tend to falter towards the end anyway. So, well, this is why. All right. So let's just say, Sean, and you're not wrong. Let's just say they get Brian Reynolds or Jurickson Profar. The way I would set up the lineup. I would have one of those guys lead off. So I would go, let's just say Brian Reynolds. Reynolds leads off, or Profar. DJ second, Judge third, Rizzo fourth, Stanton fifth, Bader sixth, Oswaldo Cabrera seventh, Oswald Peraza eighth, Trevino ninth. That's kind of how I would set up the lineup. That's what I would do. And I think that's the best position lineup. You have your speed at the top, and you have your best contact batting second. You have your RBI guys, 4th through 6th, 4th through 5th, and then you have other guys on the bottom who can kind of create havoc for the other teams. So, and I think that's the way I would do it. Let me know what you would do with the lineup. I'm really, really curious. So, yeah, I think Hicks is going to be. I think Oswaldo Cabrera should be our super utility guy, our Ben Zobrist. I've said that a lot, but we're also banking on. Well, we're banking on Hicks and Donaldson to be traded. I don't think Donaldson's going to get traded. If they stay here, then they have to have resurgence seasons. They have to produce, right? And if they're not, they need to be set. They need to be on the bench. Period. They need to have productive guys out there, and you can't just keep running them out there because they make a lot of money. If they're not producing, they got to sit. So, what's more realistic? Sevy throwing 2 innings or Stanton playing 150? Stanton playing 150, but. Not by a big margin, Tim King. Not by a big margin. Personally, I would I would give him a day off a week and try to get 135, 140 in games out of him. I think that would be a good number. Judge as well. Consistent rest for both these guys. And Rizzo. So, and that's why the backup players in the bench players need to be good. Need to be able to produce even when they're not playing full time. And that doesn't always happen. So very hardly happens, actually. Hardly ever happens. So, yeah, without the shift, it could benefit guys that's a good point, Yankee Life. It could benefit Hicks. It could benefit some of these other guys without the shift. So, and with the bigger bases, and IKF had 22 stolen bases last year. He had most on the team. So, it might benefit guys who can run. Bader can run. Oswaldo Cabrera. A lot of these other guys. Oswald Peraza had 25, 30 stolen bases recently, too. So, and Volpe, when he comes up, he had 50 last year. 50 stolen bases. So, we have guys, and they need to be allowed to run the bases. And this is why I want, speed and then contact, and then more contact below the power guys, which is why I think one of these guys needs to be on this lineup because it pushes down the slower parts of the lineup too. So, yeah, something like that, John Blum, a rotation between DHDA for right field, 1 day a week and a day off a week, something like that. Yeah, John, that's what I'm thinking. Who do you think breaks up? If Ben Rortvedt is healthy, he probably has the edge. They might move Higashioka, but would I be upset if it was Higgy? No. It's either going to be him or Rortvedt. And closely, maybe if something happens this year, Austin Wells might get a call up later on. But he needs to transition to AAA first. So, and yeah, but when Hicks signed this deal, it looked like a steal. Now it looks like an albatross. So you're not wrong there, Edmund. You make a good point. His contract looks ugly now. But thankfully, it's not $20 million like Jacoby Ellsbury. That was just terrible contract. Terrible. It was brutal. Absolutely brutal. So I'm glad that, Hicks is not that much more cost prohibitive. So like $10 million they can manage. And even if they eat half of it and save $5 million, I would be all for that. Even if they attach the prospect, heck yeah. So Michael King sounds like he's going to be ready to go April, Aiden. So that's good too. That's really good. I would take that. Yeah, and I'm Food and Force Blog, so I agree. I mean, Hicks needs to move, obviously, and so does Donaldson, but I think they'll get something back for Hicks. So let's see. Profile Reynolds, Judge, Rizzo, Stanton. So you bet Judge second, Rizzo third, Stanton fourth, DJ fifth. Interesting. Glaber sixth, Bader seventh, Peraza eighth. Interesting. What's your logic behind that, Marcus? I'm curious. Why'd you have your best contact hitter batting fifth? I'm just curious. I'm trying to think of what your logic is. Maybe Aiden. We'll see. Profile. I mean, I don't know, Benji. I mean, he wants 1 year, $15 million. So there's not many teams that are gonna pony up that money. If the Yankees move Torres and maybe IKF or something like that, then they'll have the money for him. But we'll see. Like I said, if I want to move Torres, I want to move him for an impactful player, preferably a relief pitcher or a starter. So we'll see what they do. I'm really, really curious of it. But if he stays, that's not necessarily a bad thing either. As long as it doesn't block Volpe from coming up at some point. That's my biggest worry. So more RBI opportunity. He's not an RBI guy though, John, but I get what you're saying. He could still drive in. This is one reason why I want the fast guy on top, because if the fast guy gets on top, right, unless he gets on base with a single or a walk, DJ hits a double, he hits a lot of doubles, he's already getting an RBI immediately at the beginning of the game. So, but I get what you're saying. I think he might have more. He could have equal RBI opportunities batting second or fifth or sixth. So, but I get what you're saying, man. I get it. Frost is out. Yeah, he won't be back till 2024. He had Tommy John at the end of the season. So, IKF likely stays unless they move him for salary or cap and relief and like a decent prospect or something like that. He's got value here, so they're not going to just move him just to clear lineup, to clear salary. Yeah, I mean, I think Marcus. I think either one of those lineups would be good. Either one of them would be good. And I think that the Yankees just have to be consistent with it. And one of the reasons, the main reason they weren't consistent with it last year is because so many guys were injured. Whether it be Stanton, whether it be DJ, whether it be Rizzo, like you couldn't have any other way but bat Judge first or second. Otherwise, it wouldn't have made any sense. You're going to bat with third, but the guys in front of him, who the hell are they going to bat in front of him is the problem. So, if they don't bring in somebody like this, I would like to lead off Bader. He's locked into the game. He can run. He can do a lot of things. So that might be an option to consider, at least in my opinion. But we'll see. And DJ was hurt. Exactly, Benji. So, Kepler. So apparently the Twins took Kepler off the trading block. Well, we'll see if he did. David Peralta, he can't play defense, so I pass on him. So, might as well just keep picks because he'll be cheaper than David Peralta, unfortunately. But who knows what they're going to do? I'm really curious. I do think he makes a move for left field before the season starts. When, I don't know, but I do think he makes a move for left field. Badger would be great, but he's on base good. That's right. He is on base. Yeah, I mean, yeah, John. Yeah. He gets on and off, and Bader, and it's a thought, but with the lineup they have now, if they're not bringing in a guy who can be a consistent leadoff hitter, Bader is a good option. He really is. So I think the only way Florial gets a shot, Benji, and it's a shame, but he's going to have to outplay Carrera. He's going to have to outperform Hicks in spring training. Otherwise, I can't see him getting a shot. I just can't, unfortunately. He's one of these guys like Andujar. He's got talent, but he's never been able to translate catching up to major league pitching at the major league levels. He's like one of these 4A guys, a quadruple A. If there was a quadruple A in between AAA and majors, he'd be one of those guys, and he'd be pretty good at it too. He just hasn't had the opportunity, not only enough, but even when he has opportunity, he hasn't caught up to major league pitching enough. So, and that's a shame. That's a shame. Billy Branch. Yeah, it's been floating around now. Again, Brian Reynolds talks are heating up, and it's not only with the Yankees. It's just the trade talks because they have a week left, and it looks like they're looking desperate to move him and to get as much as they possibly can back, Billy. So it's starting to pick up again. This is no surprise. This is no surprise. They botched their own extension offer. They lowballed him to the 10th degree. So, but that's what's coming out right now, Billy. So, and again, they're going to look to try to move him as possible. And this just doesn't make any sense for them to keep him. It doesn't make any sense for them. But if they do, they do. But I mean, and the Yankees have already been making calls actively the last couple of days about Brian Reynolds. So, so we'll see what happens. Can't promise anything, but we don't know. We don't know. Cashman has done this before, and he's pulled moves out of nowhere. So, and he knows they need a left fielder, an upgraded left fielder, or a consistent left fielder. So he knows this. So Volpe, I think we'll see Volpe before Dominguez. Aiden, yeah, I think we'll see Volpe this year. Dominguez, I would, if he's traded, then we won't see him. If he's not traded, in 2024, most likely. So that's my guess. That's my guess. So, Bader, Reynolds, Judge, Rizzo, Stanton, DJ, Donaldson, Volpe, Peraza. Interesting. Well, you got DJ in there and Volpe. Is DJ playing? We got Donaldson in it too. Is DJ? How you making that one work? Just say who you playing with. So you got DJ, Donaldson, Volpe, and Peraza. That's a lot of infielders, Nicholas. What are you thinking of how to do it? And I like it. It's interesting. Who you putting where? Gleyber or Verdugo? Alex Verdugo? You talking about from the Red Sox? Yeah. Doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't make sense for Boston. Robbing Peter to pay Paul because they don't have enough. Yeah. Yeah, I like Verdugo. He's a Yankee killer too, Gerald. So he's a pain in the butt for the Yankees. He really, really is. Yeah, I mean, if you trade him for a starting pitcher or an impact reliever like Garrett Crochet from the White Sox, then that's a move worth making. William, Atheist number 1, I appreciate you. Thank you for the donut, man. I appreciate the super chat. Jay's troll here. We're going to kick you. But you know what? If you do, you do, man. I get it. I think Vlad Guerrero's already kind of stoking the flames a little bit and part of a friendly rivalry. It's all good. If you kick our butts, man, you kick our butts. But we might kick your butt too, William. But both, I think they're going to be first and second in the American League East in either order. But I think personally, I think they're the two best teams in the American League East. So I appreciate that, William. There's always up for some fun smack talking here, man. It's always room for that. I love it. Pirates looking like, the Pirates looking, yeah. I mean, the A's are just brutal. At least the Pirates have some players worth keeping, but we'll see if they actually do that as well. I mean, honestly, Ben Gamel's a free agent as far as I know, Chicken Parm. I think he is. I think he is. Well, this is the thing. Jonathan. Yes, they have to lower their ask. And they're obviously going to reach for the skies. I get it. And then, Cashman comes in low. They'll have to find some kind of compromise point. But I don't think they're going to get the Yankees can't get Brian Reynolds without the trade hurting a little bit. It's got to hurt, right? Which is why I say you got to move Jason Dominguez in this trade. You have to. That's a tough pill to swallow. I get it. But I think he'd make it easier for them to get a trade. So why do you want McCarthy? I'm curious, Tom. He's got talent, no doubt about it. It's a small sample size, but I like the controllable years. And I do think they have room to move the Diamondbacks to move another outfielder. I mean, they brought in Kyle Lewis too, right? And they brought in some other guys in free agency as well. So they have room, even though they moved Varsho to the Blue Jays, which that stinks. I mean, I think Varsho's going to be great with the Blue Jays. And that Blue Jays just moved in their fence dimension. So it's going to be a heck of an offensive performance by this team this year at home. So it's going to be tough. Reynolds goes to the Braves. Interesting, William. Well, it might happen. They have a good farm. There's no doubt about it. Volpe went to high school 2 times. Nice. Yeah, I am. And John, I'm pumped for Volpe too. I think he's going to be great when he comes up. I really do. I would not rush him. I don't want to throw him in too early. So I'm with T-Drake to give him a little bit more time to develop. I would be careful with him. I don't want to mess it up with him. So Um, well, if he holds out from preseason, I don't know if they can. I know they do that in the NFL a lot. I don't know how often they do that in the Major League Baseball. I think if he held out in preseason, his value would maybe, but it would hurt his value too. So, and then the Pirates might punish him and just say, "Well, all right, we're not going to trade you. You're just not going to play," and it might hurt his value too. So, I hoped he doesn't do that. I really hope. But if he comes to the Yankees, then I'd be pretty pumped. I think a lot of fans would be pretty pumped if he came to the Yankees. Honestly, I really, really do. Stanton. Spencer Jones. Yeah, I mean Spencer Jones is. I personally, and this is not a knock on Dominguez. I think he's more major league ready than Jason Dominguez is right now. He's also from Vanderbilt, one of the best college programs ever, and guys at that program who played that well tend to be more major league ready. But they'll play different positions. So I mean, if we had at some point Spencer Jones and Dominguez in this lineup, like I'd be pretty happy. I'd be pretty happy. Even Austin Wells too. Like I'm really curious what's going to Trevino, what Trevino's going to do now, and even the other catchers, because if they get to the point where they have robot umps in the major league, it's going to basically wipe out pitch framing, which is unfortunate, but I think it would make things, a little bit better for guys like Judge and Stanton, who sometimes strike out with pitches that are called at their damn feet and their ankles. That would kind of be put to the wayside because they would have a consistent strike zone with robot umps, so they would have a little bit more consistent hit pattern as well. So, but I don't know. I don't like taking the human element out of the game either. So I can't see somebody arguing with a robot. So I just can't see it. I like the arguments between the coaches and the umps and guys getting thrown out and all that stuff. So I really like that stuff. It's fun. I really do. So Higgy, yeah, I mean Higgy. I mean he's been valuable for the Yankees. He's been a good backup. I mean I'll give him that. He's been a good a good backup. And Trevino's been fantastic too. He's another one of these trades where we're like, okay, and then he turned into something magical over here, which I'm so happy they got Trevino. Really am. So Spencer Jones, yeah, this is the other thing too. Profiling as an outfielder or first baseman, I don't know because Austin Wells is profiling either as a catcher or first baseman too. So I would love to have Wells and Jones in lineup at the same time, but we'll see if that actually happens. And there's also that Japanese first baseman who's like the Japanese Babe Ruth, who's not going to be free until 2025, but he's only 21 years old or 22. He'll be around too. So he's already said that he'd like to play for the Yankees along with any other team on the West Coast. So it's going to be really interesting to see. But if Spencer Jones is here and he's playing really well, it's really hard to say no to that, especially if he puts up offense like Judge or close to it. How do you get rid of that? Or how do you not let that play? That's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. No. Yeah. I mean, he's okay. He's okay in the outfield. He's okay in the outfield. They're not bringing him for his outfield prowess. They're bringing him for his bat and his offensive, ability. So, but I mean, Stanton's not even that bad in the outfield. Stanton's pretty decent too. So, but yeah, the Cans have. Yeah, that's a good one, Lifer. That's a good one, man. K is real. I mean, K is the real deal. K's the real deal. I give him that. So I get to deal with the umpiring getting noticeably. Well, this is so. You bring up a good point too, Billy. I think retraining for umpires needs to happen on a regular basis. They need to consistently be retrained and not just fall into a pattern of whatever, right? Just like doctors have to recertify every couple of years, umps need to be retrained every couple of years as well to kind of get sharper with the game and adapt. Just like players have to continue to work on their craft, umpires should be able to do the same too. So you make a great point about the umps getting noticeably worse. Just like Angel Hernandez, like some of these guys make some brutal calls, absolutely brutal, man. So you're absolutely right about that, Billy. So, and again, if you're gonna, if they're going to do robot umps, it's got to be for the right reasons, and they have to make sure that, and that's got to be a last, at least in my opinion, it's got to be a last option. So I do think, retraining of umps would be a good idea. It would be tough for me to see robot umps in the majors. I would be tough. Like, yeah, I mean, Angel Hernandez needs to be retrained like 3 times. Just give him like multiple retrainings. It just happens, right? It's crazy. Is any possibility of O'Neill career? Oh God, I don't think that's possible. Personally, I don't think that's possible. I mean, deal with you're gonna have to include Glaber, Volpe, Peraza, all those guys, and then more. to get Cruz and Reynolds. And it's more likely, at least in my opinion, Sunil, and that's a ballsy trade. So kudos to you for that. It's more likely, I think, Reynolds and Bednar would be and that would still cost a boatload of money too for the Yankees, a boatload of prospects and everything else. So that's to be tough. So I'm with you there, Billy. Why Angel Hernandez still employed? I have no idea, dude. He's brutal. I just don't get it. So, do I think the Cubs will get Chafin? Maybe. Maybe. Tanya. Do I go live on laptop? I go live on the laptop, Food and Sports Blogger. Because the screen on the phone's too big, too small. So I go live on the laptop. Yes, and I put out my videos, and I record my videos on the laptop. I record my shorts on the phone, which I just started doing shorts. So I have two shorts out so far, and I'm going to continue to put out shorts as well for fun. So I got a bunch of fun stuff coming. Like I have one, whereas if the Yankees were WWE wrestlers, who would they be? Who would they be if they were WWE wrestlers? That's going to be one that I'm going to put out this week. I'm working on my guys, so that's going to be fun. Yeah, I would agree. After her robotic Angel Hernandez, yeah, Sunil. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting. To join a live stream via, I don't know, to be honest with you, Billy. That's a great question. I have no idea. Let me find out for you. And then, you can join one of the members only ones on the phone if you want to. But let me find out. I don't want to give you the wrong answer. I'll get you some intel, Billy. Yeah, YouTube like Shorts is popular now, and now it's also part of the monetization. You can monetize Shorts as well, so you can make money on that too. So I'm gonna see how we can do it. How we can do it the Shorts, Marcus. It's gonna be fun, be a little bit different. So make them really interesting. But I enjoy them. And what's cool about it is the upload process is different on the phone. You do it and you upload it, and it's all taken care of. You don't have to do the monetization process and all that stuff, because when you upload a video on the laptop, you have to do this, you have to do that. Is it eligible for this? You have to do a whole bunch of steps. You don't have to do it on the phone. It's automatically done for you, which is kind of cool. So, so you joined on stream from your Z phone. Okay, well there you go, son. Yeah. There you go, Billy. If that helps. Shorts have more chance of getting views. You may want to get 4K. Nice, dude. T-Drake. Nice, bro. What did you make, man? That got 4K views. How long have you been doing shorts, man? I've only put out 2 shorts. My first one has like 800 views, and today's has like, I don't know, 600 or something like that. So I'm not at that level yet, T-Drake, but I want to get to the point where I'm doing thousands of views with the shorts, which would be kind of cool. Well, yeah. Mike Ryan, 100%, bro. Lots of shitty umps. I don't know who Matt Gage is from the Blue Jays. Who's Matt Gage? Backup catcher. I think it's, Workvet, Benji. Ben Workvet has the edge, but I wouldn't be surprised if Higashioka was the backup again. Higgy could get moved too. He's got another year, I think, until he's a free agent. So he might get moved if somebody needs a catcher. So I wouldn't be surprised. Pereira, yeah, yeah. His contract is crushes the ball and doesn't swing out his own. Yeah, he's he's got he's got to work on some mechanical things, but he does have a very high. Your word life. It's a great point you bring up too. He has a high ceiling. If you refine some things technically and mechanically, I think he could be a heck of a lot better offensively. So absolutely, man. I'll be at Yankee Stadium this year a couple times, and I'll definitely do a couple of shorts from there. And if you were there, you can join me on the shorts or whatever. So that'll be fun. I'd love to meet you if you're at Yankee Stadium as well. So I'll let you know when I'm at a game. I'll definitely let you know. It'd be cool to meet you guys and gals. It'd be really cool. I'm not sure about David Peralta, Benji. He can't play defense, and he's a little bit older, so that's my concern with him. I would choose Ben Gamble over Peralta if I could. Oh, they'll be moves during spring training, Ray. And I do think they'll be moved before spring training. Moves, what kind of moves? But yeah, I just don't know. But there will be moves, no doubt about it. Albert Abreu, well, he's on the 40 man right now, so he's on the 40 man. So he'll get a shot in spring training, that's for sure. D-Rod's here. What's up, baby? Thoughts on trading for Grichuk? Randall Grichuk on the run? 50-50, I would say. D-Rod, I mean, I don't. In terms of, well, I don't know, man. That's a good question, D-Rod. Why would you? What do you think he'd bring to the team, D-Rod? I'm curious. In May, they play. Yeah, they play a much more balanced schedule this year. They play most of the teams, which is nice. So, which would be nice. Anyone from AA or AAA that makes his team. Well, the guys I think, well, Volpe, I think, will make it at some point. I think Austin Wells and probably the other one that could make it probably. I think he'll get a quick call to AAA as well. So, and then we'll see after that. We'll see after that. I mean, Spencer Jones could happen, Jason Dominguez could happen, but I think they're a little bit further away. So, Willie Adames, Sean, was a shortstop, so the Yankees don't need him. But what were you thinking? Judge is Roman Reigns and Stanton's coming to. You know what I was thinking too, Ray? Remember you see Judge, Rizzo, and DJ pounding beers at the Rangers game? That's my DX right there, D-Generation X, those three guys doing that right there. That's my DX, baby. Love DX. Wandy and King are set up on. Well, I think King is definitely going to be a setup because he's a long relief guy. He can throw short and long. So I think Holmes will get every chance to be the closer. I really do. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. But Wandy can come in. Wandy cleaned up a lot of messes for the guys last year. Kenley, his lowest ERA in his career is in the ninth inning. So he has the best ERA. He has the ability to close games too. And then you got Johnny Loizaga too. So they have a kind of a 3 or 4 headed monster, which is a good thing to have. So I'm happy that they have that. I really am. Floria, I mean, he'll have a shot, but I don't think he's going to make the team, unfortunately, right, Michael? No. That's the let's see. Name more young guy. Yeah, there's no doubt about that, T. Drake. Which starting pitching prospect do you think is really starting pitching prospect? I don't know, Davey. That's a good question. I don't know who's available. If they move Torres, I would get a pitcher or a pitching prospect one way or another. That's the only piece I would get for Torres, or a couple of folks. Guy Kiev gets money. He could get moved, Benji. He could get moved. He could be moved. But again, for what is the question? If it's just for strictly salary relief, you might as well keep him here because he has value to the team, especially if he's not playing shortstop. So he does. But yeah, I could surprised if he got moved? No. Would I be surprised if Hicks and Torres got moved? No. Would I be surprised if Donaldson got moved? Yes, because of his contract. Yes. And if they stay, I just hope that Donaldson and Hicks play better than they played last year. William, what's up, man? Left-hander reliever. Well, the problem, Aiden, I think maybe, but I don't know if the Blue Jays would trade him to a rival. They're rivals now. So my favorite Yankee game of all time that I've personally been to, I got a couple. Game 6 of the World Series in 2009 when they clinched against the Phillies. Game 4 in Game 4 in 1999 when they clinched against the Braves. And in 2000 against the Seattle Mariners in the ALCS when David Justice hit that home run against Arthur Rhodes and give them the lead, and they closed out to play the Mets in the World Series. Those are my 3 favorite games that I've actually been to. And if I had to add a fourth, it would be David Cohn's perfect game. I was at that too. So I've been really fortunate to get, to be at a lot of games. Really, really fortunate and grateful for it. And all those games I was with my mom, which is pretty awesome. I'm sure only penny on her. Yeah, man. Braun Strowman for I love it, man. Braun Strowman. What's everybody's thoughts putting right center field and Stanton right and Badger on left? I'm not moving Badger out of center field. Judge is not a better center fielder than Bader. Hmm. Bader's the best defensive center fielder probably in all of baseball. Judge needs to stay in the corner. Judge was pretty good center, but once they got Bader, it was a hands down that wasn't going to happen anymore. Backstage, Hillel's in the house. Shout out to Backstage Baseballs here. What's up, dude? What's up, my man? How are you? Welcome back. Good to see you. If you guys haven't been watching Backstage Baseball, we've been putting out a lot of good stuff. We're gonna be starting season 2 of Turning 2 podcast, and which we'll have a video out for you this week. And we're really looking forward to that. We're gonna make some enhancements to it, and we have some things planned for the season for you, gang. So hope you're looking forward to it because we are. It's gonna be awesome. If you haven't seen his channel, please check him out. Please subscribe to his channel. He's doing some really good things. This guy right here, Backstage Hillel, he's the next Ken Rosenthal, man. He really is. And I love Ken Rosenthal. TJ, that's a rough one. I would have loved to have been to the game this year where Judge hit 60 and Stanton hit that walk-off grand slam. That would have been the game to go to this year. I would have been so fired up at that game. Oh, it'd be awesome. If Scott Rowland's in the Hall of Fame, then Bernie should be. By the way, I don't think Bernie should be a Hall of Famer. Yeah, Bernie's borderline. I think I'm not exactly sure he would make it. To be honest with you, but he's one of the better, center fielders in a while. You know what I mean? So, I was really happy that he was part of the Yankees. He's part of me. He's the core 5. I don't like excluding Bernie Williams. He was fantastic. He's a huge part of them winning all their championships. So, yeah, man, we got some sick stuff coming, man. It's going to be awesome this year. Last year was a warm-up. We're just getting started. So, we're going to cover everything, Champagne. Most definitely. All the games, you'll get everything. Whether it's news, when they play, I'll go live towards the end of the game. We do that in the regular season too. We do post-game recaps, and I get live. I go live about in the 9th inning when they're about an inning away. So that, especially if they walk off and stuff like that. We celebrated like 13 walk-offs this year, 12 while we were live, dude. So that stuff I don't want you folks to miss, but I'll be definitely covering spring training. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm fine with Green to the Jays. I'm fine. The Yankees have enough arms that they could replace. I didn't even mention Ron Marinaccio either. Or Jimmy Cordero, who's like a ground ball specialist. So I'm fine. I mean, it's going to make the Jays bullpen a little bit stronger, but the Yankees are going to be fine without him. But he was a good Yankee. Mattingly and Munson should be in Hall. 100% chicken parm. 100%, brother. Uncle Steve Cohen or George Santos, the big Santos, not even close. He's such a joke. Uncle Steve Cohen's a beast. He's a beast. So he's made the Mets relevant again, Sunil. But that's a great one, man. Dude, yeah. Core 4-4-4. I like that. I like that, man. Should put him on the chair like Vito Corleone in The Godfather when he's sitting back in the chair. That's awesome. Green Mile. Well, I think he's going to miss some of the year because I think he had Tommy John early last season. So, but yeah, I mean, fine. I'm fine missing him. Profar seeking a 1-year, $15 million. The Montez may need surgery. That's been out for a couple of weeks now. We've known that for a little while, but I'm not surprised. But the 1-year, $15 million deal is not going to happen unless they shed some payroll. And they'll probably have to move, Torres and Ike have to do it. But we'll see. I mean, 1-year, $15 million, he might get it from somebody. And his production is going to make that possible. Personally, I'd rather trade for Brian Reynolds than sign Profar, if that's the case. Reynolds is on the cheap this year. He's on the cheap. So you went to the game with, oh, man, that was the Stanton walk-off grand slam too, right, Jonathan, wasn't that? You lucky dog. I am jealous. But I'm excited that you got to go. I mean, if they get Profar, they get Profar. I wouldn't be disappointed either. Mets full name, my entire team takes steroids. Oh, Sunil's on fire tonight, man. He's on fire. Oh shoot. Ian Happ, he's got one more year before he's a free agent. Possible. Possible. He won't cost as much as he did last year. He's got 1 year left of control. So, but I'm not sure if the Cubs are going to move him. Cubs are trying to continue to add. So I don't know if moving him will be in their plans. I'm just not sure. But would I be upset if the Yankees got him? No, no. Well, that too, Billy. Yeah, I mean, if it's incentive later, like incentives, I can get him up to 15. Yes, but you probably have to give him a 7 or 8 base. I don't think I don't think he's going to go for less than that in terms of base salary. So my entire team sucks. Oh man, we got some shots thrown out to the Mets tonight, man. I love it. Wilma, what's up, baby? What's good? What grade would I give the Yankees this offseason? I mean, if it's a letter grade B, otherwise I'd give them an incomplete. They haven't finished their job yet, so it's an incomplete if I'm allowed to give that grade. Wasn't that game against Toronto? Yeah, I think it was, John. No, actually, you might be right. It might have been against Toronto. I mean, if Profar came here, I think he'd do a pretty good job. Yeah, I played baseball, high school, partly in college, and then I actually went to the Bucky Dent Baseball School too, which is a scouting combine. It's a school ran by Bucky Dent, and they had a lot of people that were looking to get to the next level. So I never played professional baseball though, but I played. Food and sports blogger. I'm on Twitter. Bronx Bomber 447 is my Twitter handle. Let me see. I'm gonna put that up. All right, I'm putting it in the comments, and then I'm putting it up here. The walk-off against Baltimore. That was the game to be at, Chicken Parm. The Jeter final game walk. Oh, God. That's awesome. Have a great night backstage. Hillel, I'll see you tomorrow, man. Hillel and I are going to be recording some fun stuff tomorrow. So be ready for some good stuff, gang. What am I giving the Cubs for Happ, and how do you drop 50% of Donaldson Hicks? How do you drop 50% of Jonathan Hicks? Well, you're going to have to probably eat half their salaries and give a prospect too. And this is it probably won't happen until late in the offseason, even the beginning of right around the beginning of the season. If a team needs an outfielder or a third baseman who's no one else available, I think that's the only way we can move him. I think Hicks will be easier to move, but I think Hicks winds up getting moved, but Donaldson winds up staying. I really do. Plays at the Miracle League for nice, dude. They had a mock Fenway Park too, like a whole replica of Fenway Park at the Buckhead Baseball School. That was really cool. WWE was fun. WWE was fun. A lot of my favorite wrestlers are in the past though, but it was fun. It was fun. Perfect. You lucky dog. I was at David Cohn's perfect game. I was also at Jim Abbott's no hitter. That was cool too. I sat right behind home plate for Jim Abbott's no hitter. That was really cool. Against the Cleveland Indians. Old Yankee Stadium, dude. Old Yankee Stadium was so much louder than New Yankee Stadium. I can't even compare it to. Red Sox Yankees game Memorial Day 2000. I wish Yankees. Oh God, yeah. Clemens 300. Yeah, he got his 300th win, and I think his 4,000 strikeout in the same game. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Sports crying is fantastic, Billy. Sports crying is fantastic. Well, the trade rumors are starting to heat up again. The Yankees have been making calls on Brian Reynolds over the last couple of days too, Wilmer. So, it's possible. I mean, I don't know how likely it is, but it's possible. Permanently suspended from Twitter, dude. What did you do on Twitter, man? That made you permanently suspended. How the hell do you get permanently suspended from Twitter? Game 2. Was that the Mattingly Ruben Sierra back-to-back, Sean? That was freaking amazing. Dude, yeah. I mean, that was a great game to be at, Billy. I mean, doesn't get much better than that. The Jeter walk off and they lifted him up. Like that was so cool. So freaking cool. So by the way, again, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please do that. It's great. I greatly appreciate it. Um, and yeah, it's greatly appreciated. Let's see what else we got here. 60 was against Pitt. Was against Toronto. 60, oh, that's right. That's right, John. That's right. And 62 was against Texas. That's right. Yep. New backdrop tomorrow. Prison. I'm in my basement right now. I'm getting my backdrop installed at the top here. See the top? I can't even see it, but I'm getting my new backdrop installed, and the prison green will be gone soon. So, regards. All right, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Gooden's no hitter was phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal. I love that game. That was against Seattle too. John Brady, man, welcome, brother. Welcome to the 161, man. Appreciate that, man. Dude, you're absolutely right, Piotr Odevan. 100% right. Old Yankee Stadium was way louder than New Yankee Stadium. I love both stadiums, but the other stadium was I've never seen anything like it in my life, in my whole life. The only time I've seen a stadium that loud, it wasn't a baseball stadium. Okay, it was a basketball arena. I went to Chicago, and if you ever seen the Chicago Bulls introductions when they played Michael Jordan when he was playing, I have never seen anything like it, ever. They played the Alan Parsons Project, and the song called Sirius. Oh my God. Oh my freaking God. Filming a messy Jim Abbott, Jim Abbott was known 3, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. Anytime, man. The updates, anytime. Well, by the way, second here. I'm putting Yankees, Red Sox, on 10 fans. Oh God, yeah. I mean, that's still one of the most magical rivalries ever. Yankees, Red Sox. I mean, really. But Alan Parsons Project, yeah, man. Word life, bro. That's like it's certain introductions like that just stick to you. And I was like, I didn't know who it was at the time, but I'm like, yo, who the hell is that? I needed to find out because I've never seen an introduction like that before in my life. It was so cool. Even to this day, the only thing that I've seen that was that cool was when Mariano Rivera came in to enter Sandman. Yeah, it's the only thing I've seen like that. I mean, honestly, yeah, they need a big time left fielder, Brian Dillon. No doubt about it, bro. No freaking doubt about it. Davey Garcia, Luis Hill will make the roster. Luis Hill probably at some point when he's coming back from Tommy John. Davey's got an outside shot as a reliever, so we'll see. You down with the balanced schedule? Yeah, I am more balanced. Yeah, I think so. I don't want to play freaking Toronto 20 times and Boston 20 times. Like, heck no. So this makes it more fun, John. You get to see them play the Dodgers, the Padres, the Rockies. Like, that's kind of cool. Tino Martinez. Oh God, yeah. I was at that game, Dev. I'll never forget it. I was with my mom behind home plate. Behind home plate. Yep. Velocity did go up since joining the pen. Yes, it did. He's throwing like high 90s now. Jesse Davies throwing like high. Yes. David Cohen. Yeah, Wink, baby. What a great game. What a great game. Rain delay and everything. And that was the Yogi Berra, Don Larson. Like, gosh. The market for Reynolds and Profar heats up close to this. It's heating up now. I mean, but closest, yeah, probably. I mean, teams are going to want to bring in some pieces, and the price tags will eventually have to come down a little bit too, because nobody's biting at these prices. So nobody's biting at the Juan Soto trade request either. So you should name your Saturday night show Yankees Get Yanked. Nah, that's kind of too similar to someone else's. I don't want to. I don't like copying other people's stuff, but I appreciate your thoughts, Booyah. I mean, honestly. Oh God, yeah, the Ed Woodson Boos were And Jeff Weaver and Jack McDowell, like they got booed out of the stadium almost. Cohn's a beast. Yep, love David Cohn. Good dude too. He's a good dude too. Yeah, I could see the Yankees trading for a left fielder either before spring training starts or right in the beginning of spring training. I don't think they're gonna want to go all the way down. Who the F are these guys? Mitchell Friedman. The perfect name. Oh, for the channel, man, I appreciate that, Mark. I appreciate that, bro. If that's what you're saying. That's the address of the original Yankee Stadium, 161 River Ave, man. I wanted to keep it relevant to the team, I wanted to tie it to the team. So, who the F are these guys? Mitchell. Look at this fucking guy. Major League, baby. This guy here is dead. Then cross him off dead. What a great movie. It's one of my two favorite baseball movies of all time. The other one being The Natural. Yankees love Strawberry. Yankee fans love Strawberry. Ugh. Andres Munoz. yeah, Munoz. I'm still holding out hope, honestly, Marco, for Brian Reynolds. We'll see. Udall, whoa. What's up, my man? Mazel tov, buddy. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. I'm sticking with Brian. I'm sticking with Brian Reynolds, man. I'm huge on Reynolds. I've been talking about him for a year. So I still want him to come to the Yankees. We'll see. They're gonna have to pay the price, though. I mean, it's not gonna be a Torres price, but not gonna be a Soto price, but it's gonna be a price. So Torres, I don't know. It's a good question. I have no idea. Oh, this is a great movie too, with Gary Cooper. Yeah, Lou Gehrig. It's a great movie. Great movie, really. Aaron Boone walk off on the way. Oh God, that was probably the biggest home run in Yankees history. Wilmer. I wish I was at that freaking game. Bold prediction for a Torres landing spot. I would say the White Sox. Sean. White Sox. Remember the Titans? Loved Remember the Titans. Loved Remember the Titans. Denzel Washington is my favorite actor in the whole entire world. So he's a big Yankee fan too. If I can ever get him on here, man, I'd probably faint. It'd be kind of awesome. Would I trade IKF for a fifth starter and Torres for a left fielder? I would probably, I would trade Torres for a pitcher, starter or reliever. If they moved IKF, to move IKF. Doesn't sound like, the Pirates want an outfielder anyway. And if they do, it's probably going to be somebody like a prospect with a lot of years of control. So I don't think Torres is going to be part of a Brian Reynolds trade. So IKF is probably just going to get prospects in return. That's be my guess. But that's, I think, what will happen. I think the better value is to trade Torres for pitching. Yankees should get Ian Happ. He did some good things against him. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but I'm just not exactly sure if he's available. I think the Cubs want to keep adding to kind of put themselves back in contention. At least that's what they've been doing. So that one's going to be right down to the wire, I think. Sanchez to Oakland. Maybe. I know the Angels are interested in him, but I don't think Sanchez. Well, he's not going to be a catcher in Oakland, Aiden. So they're not going to put him in front of the other catchers that they have. That's for sure. He would have to DH there or play first base or something like that. Little Big League. It's a fun movie. Yeah, Denzel. Mount Vernon. That's right. That's right. We don't know who's looking at Donaldson, to be honest with you. I think he's going to be the toughest one to move on this team, if he gets moved. Yeah, I don't want them to gain another yard. You blitz all night. It's a great movie. Great movie. Gehrig, legend. Him and I share the same birthday, June 19th. So I have a special connection with Lou Gehrig. 61 was a great movie too, Billy. It's a fantastic movie. The Angels have shown interest in him, Jesse Sanchez, but we'll see. It's wherever he goes, wherever he goes. If Torres does get moved, it's got to be for an impact player. So otherwise they keep him, Kevin. So it's the only way I would move him is for an impact player. Cubs make playoffs. I think they have a shot at making the playoffs, T. Drake. They do. Yankees. Yeah, exactly, Emmanuel. What's up, Bigfoot? Hayden Panettiere was in Remember Titans. Yes, she was. The daughter, Will Patton's daughter. That's right. Mm-hmm. Pirates are breaking balls, Clay. Yeah, exactly. They're gonna make it hard. They're gonna make it painful for any team that acquires him. That's for sure, and it's rightfully so. That's what they do for us with a player of his caliber. So Rizzoni and Happer, yes, they are savvy. I mean, I hope he understands they want him. They want to keep him healthy because he's in his walk year and they need him, especially with Montez out now for a while. You know, DJ's healthy. Yep, DJ's healthy. Yes, indeed. Baseball by Ken. Yeah, it's great. It really is great, Billy. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. By the way, if you haven't hit that like button, if you don't mind, hit that like button. I want to try to get us to 100 to 150 likes if you don't mind. It's always great to get to that on these live streams. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, Shelly Duncan became a manager. Bigfoot, yeah, great. I like Shelly Duncan, so I'm glad he's getting that opportunity. Bigfoot, I'm really glad he's getting that. So, that's the thing too. I mean, the Pirates already shot themselves in the foot, so they really did. They really, really did. Well, good Arthur Peterson. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, hell yeah, ELT. I don't know about Dick House. I'll take a look at that one too, Billy. I'm always up for a good one. Dinner. Dinner was good. Dinner was good. A nice salad with some protein in it. So we had salads tonight, so it was good. Had some nice grilled chicken there. It was good. Been a crazy, putting an extension on my house. It's been nuts. It's been nuts, and Eddie Murray has some interest. Eddie Murphy, man. Go to Google. Oh man, delirious. One of the greatest shows ever. Eddie Murphy's going to be in Triplets. Remember Twins with Arnold and Danny DeVito? They're doing a sequel, and he's at Beverly Hills Cop 4 coming out as well. So I do not think they're going to get Shohei Ohtani at the deadline. Booyah. No, I do not. You people, Eddie Murphy on the Eddie Murphy's fantastic. I like Eddie Murphy. The house is coming along. It's been busy, putting a lot of work into this house, building an addition. It's going to basically double the size of the house. So we are pretty busy, pretty busy, and just trying to stay. It's cold out, so working outside a lot. And my father-in-law is doing the majority of the work, but I'm helping him whenever I can. But we're adding a whole bunch of house. So we've got a third kid, and we need to get a room for her. We need to get a new office. Need to get a whole bunch of things. So there's a lot of stuff going on. But I'm excited at the potential. Once this is done, it's going to be awesome, and looking forward to it. I don't see Ohtani. I see Ohtani going to the West Coast next season, no matter what. So Ed Norton. Oh God, yeah, yeah, hell yeah, D-Ron. I love Ed Norton, by the way. Do the hucklebuck, do the hucklebuck. Yeah, Dodgers retire Fernando Valenzuela's number. That's awesome. Well deserved. Well deserved. Any team honestly has a shot at beating the Yankees. I think the Yankees wind up winning the division, but the Dodgers can do it. I think the Dodgers or I don't think the Orioles are ready to win the division yet, but we'll see. The Dodgers, I think, have a shot. They're good. Ian Happ will cost. No, there's no way he's going to cost Dominguez, but Brian Reynolds would. Um, yeah, I see Ohtani going to the Dodgers or probably the Mariners or something like that. The Mets will be in the running though. They'll make a very strong offer, no doubt about it. The Yankee player bounces back this year. DJ LeMahieu. I think he stays healthy. Yep. I wouldn't take Hap over Reynolds personally, but I mean, Happen was not going to cost a lot of money. So Monday Night Raw tonight. Nice, dude. Nice. Nice, Dev. To be the SummerSlam camera catcher. Nice, dude. Nice. Derek Jeter was on with Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, man. Chris Bryant, nah. I don't want to trade for somebody who's got injury problems. We've done enough of that already. So, no, thank you. I like Chris Bryant, but it's not a fit here. Hope he gets called up here. Yeah, I do. I think he gets called up. I really, really do. Yes, indeed. I'll wrap this up in a couple minutes, gang. If you don't mind. My mom is in town, hanging out with the family and the girls, so I want to go hang out with mom and my wife are upstairs. I don't think the Yankees are going to make an offer to Ohtani, personally, Hayden. I don't think they will. I think they're going to pass on it. Yeah, I mean, Billy. I mean, he's got high end potential. He's got a high ceiling, Dominguez, but and I would only move him for like 2 or 3 players. Reynolds is one of them. Danny, I do think he will. Yes, I do think he will. Hope the season comes soon. I miss. Yeah, me too, Epic. Me too, man. Me too. Yes, indeed. City Connect. Yeah, probably. I don't see the. I don't see the big appeal in it. Whatever. I love the pinstripes. I love the away grays. So whatever. Tom Brady. Yeah, I mean, if somebody comes off and offers him like $50 million, I could see him coming back, but we'll see. He has nothing else to prove anyway. He's the greatest of all time. Hat played decently against the Yankees. If the Jays beat you guys this year, blame Mattingly. Probably. William, I'm with you. And thank you again for the super chat, bro. I appreciate that. I'm definitely going to blame Mattingly for giving the Jays the inside tips on everything. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to play some Monopoly. No, I was just setting up some stuff. I just partnered with a company. So, so I'm partnered with a company about a week ago. So I'm just putting some things together. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Exactly. Got that right, Mark. Dang right. Yeah, I don't think Tanaka's coming back. Exactly, Sunil. Exactly. 80 for Brady, baby. Some girl sings Sam from Brady. I wouldn't be surprised, Mike. She'll make money on it too. Thank you, Blue. It's actually I don't know if you ever had this. If you ever had I'm going to put this up here. This is a company I partner with. They're called Identity IQ. It's basically if you've ever had your identity stolen or been hacked in any way, like especially now with all of our personal information shopping online in holidays. If you're ever worried about it, if you have a family too, or don't have a family, doesn't matter. But if having peace of mind is important and you basically want to make sure that type of stuff doesn't happen, take a look at these guys. This is my link. And you can even, there's a dark web search there. You plug in your email. You'll find out right away whether your email's been compromised. So that type of stuff is really hard to get back. I had my identity stolen right after college. It was a bear to get your name cleared on stuff and all the stuff. And I've been hacked recently on social media too. It's not fun. So if that stuff is a concern or worry, take a look at that. That's my link, and any information you can speak to a live person if you're, have any questions about it as well. But check out the dark web scan. Just plug in your email. You'll know right away whether it's been compromised or not. So, but this stuff is important to me. So I always told myself if I was going to partner with a company, I want it to be impactful for something important. That's why I partner with them. So monitor your identity, monitor your credit, your family, all that stuff. It's important. So, and it's not fun having to clear your stuff. And this type of stuff will help you in that regard. So if it's important to you, use it. I use it and use it. So, but anyway, I appreciate that. That's what we got for you tonight. That's what you got. That's what we got for you. So I appreciate all of yous. Again, have a wonderful night. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Watch the Pro Bowl tomorrow. Next Sunday's the Super Bowl, baby. So But peace and love to all of you. I appreciate all your support. Thanks for hanging out with me on a Saturday night. Talk to you next time.